Good morning, drummers! My name is Jared O'Leary, and I've been playing drums for well over 20 years, but it's mostly been rudimental and concert percussion stuff, and a little bit of the drum kit. Not too much, so I'm not great at it. You're going to watch me practice live, and it gives you an opportunity to potentially ask some questions if you're joining this during the live session, or you can leave a comment in the chat afterwards, and I can answer it in a future live stream. Now, why am I doing this? I want to show you what somebody does to try and improve as a drummer. From somebody who has been playing for a long time and who has 3 degrees in music education. So I know how to teach this thing okay sometimes. I am going to be working on some limb independence today, and I'm going to be using this book called 50 Ways to Syncopation. It is by Dom Moyo. You can actually find a link to this book on my website at jaredoleary.com. We'll get to that spreadsheet here in a moment. But if you go to jaredoleary.com and go to /gear, gear I use, and click on books, you can check out Dom's website. Dom has quite a few books on here, and I've got like most of them, and they are very good. So check it out. And if you're curious like what kind of drumsticks I use and all that fun stuff, you can check that out here. They're affiliate links to Amazon. So I get pennies. Woo! Okay, we are going to be playing through some of these. Now, I've taken the stuff that's from Dom's book, and I put it into the spreadsheet for myself to keep track of how I'm doing with my practicing. I'm going to be working on Songo today, but before I get to that, I'm going to just warm up. So we're going to do snare plays a shuffle pattern, swung cymbal. And I'm going to read through the charts with my foot. And I did it at 120 last time. It is technically proficient. Let's try that again. So we're going to go to charts. This is on my website, which is linked at the top of the screen. /drum will take you straight to there. 120. We're going to do charts 1 through 5. And if you go into the timestamp of any of these play-alongs, there's over 1,300 hours of play-alongs, you can jump to a BPM. Be like, hey, I want to play this at 142. Sweet. You can jump straight to 142. 1, 2, here we go. Now you can't hear the play along. I've got it muted. It's intentional. I can't speak. So we're just going to use this to warm up. Whoops. Little brain fart there. But I recovered. One, a two, a 1, 2, here we go. Hey, thanks, Alex. Just reading through some charts from my website using a limb independence variation by Dom Moyo from his book 50 Ways to Syncopation. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, here we go. My foot is not great. You can hear that in some of the back-to-backs at the very last line right there. That's alright. I'm practicing. Two, one, two, here we go. Alright, so got a little out of sync there at the end. This is the last chart for this particular video. 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Right. And we'll stop right there. So that was at 120. And yeah, so it's the same as last time. It was technically proficient. It wasn't quite musical yet. But overall, how I felt with it, it was fun. Cool. So no issues there. Sweet. So that was just a decent warm-up. We're going to get to the hard part here after we do a little stretch and massage routine. So let's start with this. So first thing that I do for the stretch is I hold my sticks like this. And then you pull one, and you go back into underhand grip, and you just hold this here. Let me show you it. Whoop. Full screen. So again, we started here. You go in, and you just push through. Woo-wee! It's a good stretch. And to get out of this, all you have to do is just like go back the way that you came. And if you're doing traditional, you can hold it here. And then rotate and hold it there, but I don't do that anymore. Did that enough for drum corps. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stretch the tendons. So you could do one at a time. You could do it on your drum like this. You could do it on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper the stretch. I'm gonna just go ahead and do it one at a time. I don't really have a lot of room in this corner. And by the way, I am multi-streaming, so I'm on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook simultaneously. So if you see me responding to anybody who is not in your chat, they're in a different chat. Or I'm just talking to myself. You know, it happens. All right, now that we've stretched that, we're going to stretch the top side. So we're going to do this, other direction. You can do this on your drums 2 at a time. You can do this on a wall. The higher you go, the deeper your stretch. Just don't put all your weight into it. I'm going to do both. So that way it goes faster. It's getting warm here in Arizona. It's going to be 80 degrees today. Nice. Now I'm going to stretch thumb to thumb. Just when I was getting used to the cold. Arizona cold. When it gets to like 40. And middle fingers. Stretch them both. Just go finger to finger. It just allows you to go twice as fast. Otherwise, you could just do one at a time. Hold it there. Hold as long as you need it. Each day, each finger is going to be a little bit different in terms of how long you think it needs to be held. Maybe it needs a hug. Who knows? I like looking at the birds out the window. They're cute. Okay. Now I'm going to massage the underside with the fingers and the top side with the thumb. So I'm doing... Oh, yeah. It's a good one. I highly recommend doing this stretch and massage routine every single time you play. Why? It just keeps your hands and your arms nice and healthy. Can prevent injury. It just helps you play faster, more relaxed, and longer. Do it after you do like a little warm-up, like me just playing that little swung shuffle pattern. Just get the blood flowing a little bit, and just do a little stretch and massage. All right, now we're going to massage the backside, and the thumb is going to massage the palm. After we do this little massage routine, let's go base to tip for the fingers, a couple times each. I'm going to play a Songo feel. So I'm going to go back to the charts, and we're going to do straight charts. And I'm going to play the Songo with a little ride pattern and read through the charts. Now, I'm not good at this one at all. Like, I don't even know if I can play it. Last time I spent the majority of the stream on the Songo pattern, and it improved, which is great, but it's still really bad. So stay tuned, folks. We're going to hear me struggle. Hopefully it shows how I work on stuff, so that way you can go, oh, that's an idea that I might apply with my own practicing, so that way I can improve on drum kit or tenors or just chops, technique, whatever I'm streaming each day. Cool. Which, speaking of, if you're ever curious what I'm going to be streaming next, on my website, jaredoleary.com/drum. If you go to when is my next stream slash schedule, you can see what I'm doing next. So like tomorrow, and these times are Eastern, at 10 a.m. Eastern, I'm going to do tenor technique practice stream, and then I'm going to do Deathloop. That'll be my first time playing through that game. That'll be fun. And then I'm going to do Dying Light 2 in the evening with Dr. Neurolab on Twitch, so that'll be cool. And then my next Limb Independence one will be on Tuesday, etc. So you can check these out if you ever want to see what I'm doing, when I'm doing it next. Oh, and if you click on these, then it expands, and you can just join on any of those 3 platforms, etc. So stay tuned for more. Speaking of, so we're going to do this. So on the little progress journal that I've got, it says the last time I did this at 80, and I did the 16th note permutations, which was like, okay, that helped. But I need to do this with the 8th note permutations at 160. So we're going to go here on my website, the permutations right here, 8th note, and we're going to go to 160. And we're going to try reading through it. Actually, let's start at 155 and we'll work our way up. So I'm going to read through it multiple times. And again, there's sound to this, but you can't hear it because I'm just listening to this through the headphones. So that way there's not like a timing difference. Yeah, perfect. We're going to scratch that for a moment. Beep bop. Start. Okay, so this is 160. All right, so I'm doing each measure as long as I feel like I need it. So I did the 2 pattern because like the second measure was totally throwing me off of the 1s, and so kind of getting the feel for the 2s, I was like, oh, that's what's going on. I was thinking that the second 8th note on the second measure was supposed to line up with the foot, but it's not. Let's try this again. Last measure. All right, let's try that line again. Let's try that again. All right, 2s. Okay, that's interesting. It's interesting because it's on the second partial, the bass drum, and then the first partial. Interesting. I like it. Okay, let's try 3s. I don't know why my eyes are so itchy. Allergies. Okay, let's try it. We'll stop that, and we'll try this again. Round 2, folks. Fight. We'll see if it's any better. We're gonna do this a few times through. 2, ready, and... Oof. 1, 2, here we go. Okay, a little bit better. Still needs work. Rough. 2, here we go. Okay, so now it's got a few second rest, and then we're going to try it at 160, and then I'm going to attempt to read the charts. We'll see how it goes. Probably not too good. 1, 2, here we thank you. Trying to get better. Okay. Well, I appreciate it, Spencer. You're very kind. Just practicing. I've been playing for over 20 years, but most of it's been rudimental, so this drum kit stuff is not something I'm great at yet. Alright. By the way, all these like 1,300 hours of free play-alongs on my website, it's all stuff I wish I had when I was learning how to play the drums to practice. And so yeah, hopefully it helps you out. But anyways, we're going to try charts 1 through 5, and we'll attempt this at 160. We'll see how it goes, folks. Not too great. On all of these play-alongs, if you jump down to the description, you can jump to a specific BPM, and it'll start you right off. 1, ready, and... Had to flip my mics upside down. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. No. Not happening. Okay. So, I can do the permutations. I can do 16th note permutations, the 8th note permutations. The charts, not so great. So we're gonna do... Got a metronome going. And we are going to just go line by line and just hammer these charts out. And then we'll try reading through it again. I want to be able to get through the Songo today. Messed up there. Okay, so the last measure. Okay. Let's close it in. Perfect. I screwed up again. Next line. Perfect. Again, this is me practicing. Okay, so there's more space in there than I think. Like the metronome's yelling at me. Being able to get to the point where you're independent with the limbs is a grind, and you're just witnessing that grind. Okay, this third to last line. 2, ready, and... Ah, it's that same measure. Third measure. I can do it. It's like not even hard. Ugh. Let me actually go back. These charts, this first one in particular is wonky. I'm the one that wrote it, so I can say that. I mean, anyone can. This is a joke. So I'm going to go here. These charts are a little more straightforward, and we're going to take a look at them and try reading through these, and then we're going to go back to charts 1 through 5. And here we go. This is why I have to flip my mouse upside down, or it just like repeatedly slides. It's distracting. I'm wondering if this is too fast. Let's try a little slower. Can't see the hi-hats blocking. Let's try 150. Let's try that line again. 4th line. Bass drum sliding slightly. Well, struggle bust my way through it. The idea is just get through the charts, read through each one of the lines, and then to be able to go back and like play through it in time. So if I can get through these charts, then cool, then we can actually start refining some things. But right now it's just like a matter of getting the coordination down before I can like actually play through it in time with the play along. 1, 2, here we go. Read that wrong. Well, again, struggle bust my way through. Shaky at best. Okay. Ugh, why did I write this chart? Third to the last line. Well, we're just gonna pretend like that was flawless. No, we're not. We're just gonna move on. It's good enough for the moment. Just trying to get used to reading the patterns. I can't speak while I'm playing a Songo, apparently. And then we'll try playing it with the play-along. Okay. Good enough for government work. Okay. As you can see, some of these patterns line up really well with different charts. That one lined up really well with it. It was really good. I like it. Right. Let's try reading through it at 150. Let's go ahead and stop the metronome there. And make it so we can hear here. So we're going to go down, and we're going to go to 150. 150. Full screen. You can improvise here. You can talk to your cat. One, here we go. That was rough. It's okay. We're getting better. 1, a 2, a 1, 2. Here we go. This is gonna be a hard one. This one's a weird chart. 1, a 2, 1, 2. Here we go. I have a tendency to add a downbeat on the bass drum. Like a Baião. It's not a Baião. Songo. Okay. Hopefully this one sounds good. This one lines up fairly easily. Okay, I survived. Barely. Let's try charts 1 through 5. I don't know how that's gonna go. These charts are a little harder, the first one in particular. I was able to at least recover for the most part on some of those, so it still sounds terrible, but I'm happy with it. Like, it's making progress. That's the thing with, like, practicing is it's not going to sound great. But as long as you can notice the improvements, then that can be very motivating. Even if it doesn't sound good yet, like, you know where it's headed. At least I'm able to do that because I've been playing for over 20 years. So I know what it's like to struggle on many different instruments. Like, when I was a band director, I had to learn every band and orchestra instrument. And they all sounded terrible when I first started. And then I just slowly got better and better and better. And so when you build up those like small wins, then it can kind of add up over time where you're comfortable struggling with things, which is why you see me practice during these live streams, stuff that I'm terrible at, and I'm comfortable sharing that with thousands of people because I'm slowly getting better. I know I'm bad at this, but I'm also really good at other things. And that's okay. 1, 2, here we go. We'll see how this goes, folks. 1, 2, ready, and... got off on the foot. Don't clip that out of context. 1, 2, here we go. Better. Slowly. A 1, a 2, 1, 2, here we go. Ah! Okay. Surviving. Better than I was earlier. 1, a 2, 1, 2, here we go. Ah, that was getting better. More comfortable each time. A 1, a 2, 1, 2, here we go. Ah. Ah. Ooh, that was rough. Okay, let's try charts 6 through 10 one more time with this pattern. Making progress, but still, whew, this Songo is rough. Hey, Sonic, appreciate it. Let's attempt it at 160. Whew, this is not gonna go good. That's okay, we're practicing. Trying to have fun, getting better. Hey, I want to see the whole screen. Songo pattern with the hands and foot. Attempting to read the charts. 1, a 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Ah! A lot of my mistakes were mentally just thinking about something else rather than focusing on the patterns. 2, 1, 2, here we go. Ooh. That was coordination. Wasn't so much mental. Or distracted. 1, 2, here we go. Ah. Yeah, since my right foot is getting slightly off on the upbeat, not on the one on the floor. Woo, that was rough. Alright, let's try it. This one actually lines up with the foot. My bass drum sliding. 1, 2, here we go. Ah. So ideally, all the charts are supposed to sound that groovy, but I'm just, struggling my way through it. Okay, so this I started, well, the bass tempo was 150, and it needs a lot of work. I was making progress on it. I got up to 160 for the very last set of charts, and it still needs a lot of work, kind of in between that and meh, and I was making progress on it, so cool. Success. Let's do one more fun one that I can actually play. It's very similar. Let's do this one. Okay, so not 200. Let's try 190. We'll go in between this, and we'll see how it sounds. So the Baião pattern is very similar. So while the Songo, adjust the bass drum, sliding. This is the Songo that I was just doing. Now we're gonna add in the hi-hat and a downbeat on the bass drum. Oh yeah. I like it. Alright, so we're going to try this at 190. And let's do charts 1 through 5, since we just did 6 through 10. Again, this is linked at the top of the screen, jaredoleary.com/drum. 1,300 hours of free drumming content. Keep you and I busy for a while, especially me. I got a lot to work on with drum kit. Whee! Alright, here we go. Because it has a downbeat on here, it's just easier. The Baião. This feels so much better after struggling my way through the Songo for the last like 40 minutes. 1, 2, here we go. You can improvise there if you want to. Alright. By the way, this Baião sounded like my Songo when I was first working on it. It sounded terrible. Frog Eye is. I love this pattern. It's so much fun to play. Here we go. Alright! That was fun. I dug it. So that was between technically proficient and musical. There were parts that I was adding in, like some crush notes and buzzes. You can't hear it too good on the E8010, the drum module that I'm using. These little triggers. And this thing right here. But I was adding them in there. So let's mark it as that. That was a lot of fun. I dug it. Next time I do a Limb Independent stream, I will continue that Songo grind. I'm going to get that thing to sound bopping one of these days. But yeah, you can find out when I'm streaming next if you go to when is my next stream on my website, which is /schedule after jaredoleary.com. And you can just click on these. All these times are Eastern, and you can see that I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook simultaneously, so you can check me out on any one of those platforms. Thank you, everybody who stopped by. I hope you got something out of it. I improved slowly, but hopefully it gave you some ideas of ways that you might be able to practice your limb independence on the drum kit. But if you want more stuff to play along to, there's 1,300, almost 1,400 hours of free drumming content on here. A bunch of chop stuff, a bunch of drum kit stuff that I was demonstrating. Over 500 grid variations, which is great for just working up technique and chops and whatnot. And then a bunch of technique exercises. And even some bass drum exercises if you are on a bass line for drumline. But anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I will be back on tomorrow, and we'll be doing that. And then we'll be doing some Deathloop. That's what it's called. Afterwards. And then Dying Light in the evening. So if you want to check out my gaming stuff, you can check it out on /game. Or if you're on my YouTube channel, if you just go to the playlist or to the home screen, you can easily sort through the drumming content, the gaming content, the computer science education content. Because, you know, I create a lot of content on my website. But thank you, everybody. Hope you have a great day. Bye.